This is going to be a guitar lesson for rhythm and beginner chord techniques. Now I'm going to start you off with a series of 4 chords which I'm going to talk you through note by note and finger by finger and where each finger goes. And toward the end I'll show you a little chord progression on how to use those chords. So the first chord we're going to use is an E minor chord. Very simple then, it's going to be index finger on your A string of the 2nd fret, the D string with your middle finger on the 2nd fret, and you're going to play all the strings, so from the lowest string to the highest string. So that's E minor. Our second chord is going to be a G major chord. Now, keeping your index finger where it is on the 2nd fret of the A string, we're going to bring our middle finger onto the low E note on the 3rd fret of the low E string, which is also a G note, by the way. And then we're going to put our ring finger on the high E string of the 3rd fret, playing all the strings again. There is an alternative way of playing G. You can put your ring finger on the B string of the 3rd fret and put your pinky finger on the high E string of the 3rd fret. Give it more of a fuller sound. Up to you really. If you're just starting out, I recommend just using the 3-finger version with your ring finger on the high E string of the 3rd fret. Our third chord is going to be a D major chord. This one is going to be index finger on the G string of the 2nd fret, our middle finger on the high E string of the 2nd fret, and our ring finger on the B string of the 3rd fret. Now this time we're not going to play the top 2 strings, so it's important that you play the D string down. So what I mean by that is this. So we've got D, the G string, the B string, and the high E string. And it's important not to touch the top 2 E and A strings, otherwise you're going to get a sound like this. Very muddy and very unclear. So it's important to mute those. If you can, you will use your thumb to bridge over and just touch lightly on the low E and A string. So you're just playing the D string down. So that's D major then. Our 4th and final chord for this video is going to be an A major chord. Now for me there's 2 ways of playing this. You can play it with one finger, your index finger, which is simply barring the D, G, B and high E strings on the 2nd fret and playing from the A string down, muting your low E string. Or you could play a 3-finger version, which is going to be index finger on the D string of the 2nd fret, middle finger on the G string of the 2nd fret, and your ring finger on the B string of the 2nd fret, playing A string down again. Either way, you're comfortable. It's a personal preference thing, I think, and I think try both ways and learn both ways and see what you feel comfortable with playing with. Personally, I like to just do a little bar, a little lazy way, but feel free to play it the way you want to play it, because there's nothing worse than playing a chord that you can't particularly finger correctly or doesn't sound right in your own head. So we now have our 4 chords. So the important thing to note here is that we're not going to do any tricky strumming patterns or anything too difficult for the first video. So this one we're going to do just a series of down strums on each chord. So we're going to do 2 down strums on each chord, and then we're going to transition to the next chord. So our first chord then was E minor. So I want you to play 2 down strums, just like that. Just play all the strings on the E minor, like I said to play. And then transition to our G. D major. And to A major. And the faster you get, you'll hear a slow but steady progression, and you will actually feel yourself, progressing through guitar and getting better. Because it's important not to get frustrated. It's important to know that when you first start out, you're going to get a few buzzes here and there. You're going to put a finger in the wrong place, or it's all down to muscle memory. It's not down to physical memory. It's down to once you've played for a long while and a short while, your fingers adapt to what you're playing. So it's down to muscle memory, and your fingers will simply do the work without you thinking about it. As long as you know the chords for a particular song, then your hand will do the work. You will know in your own mind what chords to go to next and what patterns to use for strumming. So again then we're going to do, in context this time, our 4 chords. So ready? So 1, 2, 3, 4. So hopefully that video's helped you to understand the concept of song structure and the way chords work in certain songs. And it's important to start off slow and never get frustrated, as I was saying to you. Take your time, sit down and take your time to learn the chords, because there's nothing worse than giving up, because the guitar is a cool instrument to play, and it certainly attracts the ladies as well. Not for me because I'm ugly, but in some cases, if you are playing guitar, you will get better at it, and it's only when you put your mind to it that you'll get a lot of self-confidence back into yourself, and you'll find that you'll be a great guitar player. From my personal point of view, I'm not the best guitarist, and I don't play a lot of solos or lead melodies and things like that, but I'm a very rhythmic player, and I know what to play and when, and if you were to play me a certain song, I could probably put a solo over it in a certain key or something. But it's very important to take each step as it comes, and to know that you're not going to be the best straight away. And that's something that you'll come to understand as a person as you progress with the guitar. So thank you for watching the video. If you've got any questions, please ask them down below. Like the video. I'm welcome to new subscribers, so please subscribe. We'll have some more videos like this coming out in the future. So if you've got any questions, put a comment down below. My email address is on my account. So thank you for watching. Thank you.